I'm Krista from Intellectual Baby, and today's question comes from Sarah in Arkansas. And Sarah asks, when can I start teaching my baby to read? Well, Sarah, this is a very popular question, so we decided to answer it on today's edition of Video Tips. The first point I would like to make is that as soon as your baby was born, you not only instantly became a parent, but you also became your baby's first and most important teacher. Recent studies are showing how important this period of development from birth to 6 years old is. Scientists have labeled this a window of opportunity for learning language, or a critical period, meaning that this is the easiest time to introduce language to your child. That being said, I would just like to encourage all of you parents watching to embrace this role, because teaching your baby is such a joyous, wonderful adventure. You have an amazing student. As you well know, your child is looking to you as their first teacher to teach them everything they want to know up until they enter school. And studies are also showing that children that are engaged in early learning activities are being labeled as gifted once they enter school. This isn't because they are born smarter than every other baby. It's just because they had an adult, a parent, or a caregiver who took an interest and invested some time in some early learning activities with them. Babies are able to learn so many things before the age of 6. The other thing I would like to mention is that if there's only one early learning activity you can participate in, start reading to your child every day. Reading to your child is so important. You can't begin early enough. If you haven't started at birth, I would like to encourage you to go ahead and start today. Develop a routine where you spend a little bit of time every day reading to your child. This is an activity you can continue doing throughout your child's life. Your child will never get too old to share a story with their parents. There are some very good advantages to reading to your child every day. 2 of those being that children that are read to at an early age do generally turn out to be early readers, and second of all, they develop a love of reading which stays with them throughout their lives. But let's get back to your question, when can I start teaching my baby to read? Well, I was very eager and excited to get started teaching my babies how to read, and I generally began around 3 months. At Intellectual Baby, we have developed a baby reading program that is specifically designed to teach children to read during this period of development, and we recommend it to children between the ages of 3 months and 4 years old. These are just general guidelines, and you can use your judgment to decide if you think that your baby is ready. Basically, you don't want to start sooner than 3 months because you want to make sure that your child has the ability to be able to visually track an object. This means that if you hold an object between 8 to 10 inches away from your baby's face and you move it to the right and to the left, that your baby can follow the object with their eyes. If your baby is capable of doing that, this means that they will be able to recognize and see the words clearly as they're presented on the flashcards, on the videos, and in the books. But what if your baby is past 3 months? What if your baby's 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you're just now considering teaching your baby to read? Oftentimes, parents will ask, am I too late? Did I miss the boat? Can I still teach my baby to read? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. You can still teach your baby to read. Scientists have been doing a lot of research on the developing brain, and the facts that they have been discovering are just astounding. They are realizing that so much brain development is taking place during the period of birth to 6 years old, and that children can learn language effortlessly. This is the window of opportunity for your child to learn language. This is very evident if you've ever watched a child that is bilingual or multilingual interacting with several people. You will see that they can switch languages without any effort. It requires no effort for them to speak to one person in one language and to someone else in another language, and to be able to listen to 2 conversations going on in different languages and still be able to understand what's being said. This is the magic of this time, so I cannot encourage you strongly enough to just take part in some early learning activities with your child. I would like to leave you with some benefits to beginning an early reading program. Now, there are so many, which we may just touch on in another video, but for today, I'd like to leave you with 3. First of all, babies that are taught to read learn more easily, and it is more enjoyable for them. They're able to easily understand subjects and things that are being taught to them, and this is a wonderful thing. The second benefit is that teaching your baby to read leads to an advanced vocabulary, which can increase your baby's IQ, making your baby smarter. And the last but not the least is there is a very special and strong bond developed between the parent or the caregiver and the child that is being taught. There is so much respect for these little children. We often think that they're incapable of doing so many things, yet parents that engage in early learning programs are just astounded and amazed at the abilities their babies have to pick up information and learn it so quickly, so easily, and so joyously. Well, that's it for today's edition of Video Tips. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those below, or if you would like more information about the MonkiSee Baby Reading Program, head on over to our website. Thanks for watching and happy learning!